career at this point.
Speaking of Irving's star status, last season a signature shoe in his name. I see, in fact, that you and Clark are wearing them tonight. That's always a big deal.
That's an elite club to be in. Only the true superstars get that kind of status. He certainly got the flash to go with the substance.
Here's Smith, following the basket by Brook Lopez. James in the post. He's guarded by Johnson, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Some people think LeBron's athleticism, Clark, has declined over the last few years. He might be the first to admit he still looks terrific.
Well, he's, you know, that's a natural progression for any player, even if you are LeBron. But he's still an elite athlete by NBA standards.
And remember the quote from LeBron on the subject. Obviously, I'm not the 18-year-old kid that I was before, but I can still do the things I need to be successful. And as far as jump shots go, that's what you have to continue to try and get.
I don't know how that one stayed out.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Now here's Lopez. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
You know, LeBron was just so far ahead of everyone in the league when he was young. I mean, even a LeBron who has lost a step is more athletic than 95% of our league.
Watching Brook Lopez, he all the time contributes in every category. It's amazing the number of Clark ways he affects the game.
Deadly with the shot. Tremendous touch back to the basket, moves, facing up, makes free throws, good offensive rebounder, capable passer. He just makes things happen.
He hits the second from the line.
And talking about Lopez, he does clean the glass on the offensive end. He was 12th in offensive rebounds last year. However, he was 44th in defensive rebounds. That's one important area he definitely has to work on.
Now here's Love. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Mazda, good D by Lopez.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
That's good. Young's got his second basket of the night.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
You know, getting back to Lopez, how good is it to have a guy with his offensive package also be a near top 10 shot blocker for you? That's what he was last season and several seasons before that. He's an all-star talent if he can just stay on the court and stay healthy.
And here is Jack after J.R. Smith getting his 3 to go, 5 to shoot, and the shot is good from Johnson.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Well, the defensive rotations, Greg, have been a step slow, and it's really helped them get that ball inside time after time.
That's good.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Beyond the arc. Mozgov grabs the board.
That's not the best of shot selection there. The defense definitely won that possession.
Yeah, I think in that case, you've got to go elsewhere with the ball. You just can't rise up over the top of him when he's on you.
Now, here is Irving. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. The Nets with the lead. Jack passes to Young. Mozgov with the block, and he gets it back. Young's shot is off.
That's what we call good defense in the paint, worth its weight in gold.
It absolutely is, and maybe even more than that. I mean, you saw it right there. Without his presence, that's an easy basket.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
And Lopez gets it to go.
Just lazy defense on the glass there.
Well, nobody boxed out. Nobody put a body on anybody else. Things like that not only drive the coach crazy, that stuff gets under my skin.
Brooklyn making some changes. Bargnani is checked in for Lopez. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Johnson. And Bogdanovich is subbed in for Larkin. Then for the Cavaliers, Anderson Varejau's checked in for Mozgov. Richardson comes in for James. And Mo Williams subbed in for Kyrie Irving. Now here's Williams. Richardson with it. A shot by Varejao, wide open. And the 19-footer is on the money. Varejau's got the lead up to 1 now for Cleveland. Williams against Jack. The shot is off, and it's the Cavaliers taking it the other way. Here's Richardson. A huge slam, the perfect end of the fast break.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
Now, here's Richardson. Varejao dishes to Smith. Shot from the wing. Offensive rebound. And Love gets it to go. And now a 5-point Cavalier lead. Brooklyn's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points. The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
And it's a defensive 3-second violation. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Cavaliers.
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
And also knocking down the mid-range because they're making good decisions with the basketball.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Robinson's checked in. And then for Cleveland, Tristan Thompson comes in for Kevin Love. And Shumpert in there for J.R. Smith.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. He made it look easy that time.
Shots good from Bargnani.
Well, they're not shooting as many from outside here in the second quarter.
They were shooting well early on. I like their spacing. I think they should get back to that.
Now here's Richardson. Back to Williams. He kicks to Shumpert. A 3-ball. Brooklyn with the rebound. And here is Jack. Out to the wing. Robinson kicks to Jack. No good. Cavaliers go the other way with it.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Nets trail by 4.
I'd like to see him use a little clock here.
I agree with you. Milk the clock with this possession. That's what they've got to be doing.
He Dishes it to Bargnani. And that one's good. Bargnani's got 4 points now in the quarter.
There's got to be some defensive help there. I mean, the size difference is just too great.
From deep. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. Cavaliers ahead, leading by just 2. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Well, Jason, after trailing early on in this ball game, what made the difference for turning this game around?
Just staying with it. We're going through a tough stretch, and we got to stay focused and stay together. And that showed a lot of character that we pulled together and got the league going into halftime.
Well done, Jason. We appreciate the time. Gentlemen.
Thank you, Doris. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of quarter number 3.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be taking a look back at the first half of basketball. The first quarter for the Cavaliers was fairly even. They did give up a couple baskets more than they wanted to, and at the end of the period, were trailing by 5 points. They came out in the second quarter with a renewed focus, playing well enough to take a 2-point lead here at the half. Kenny, your thoughts? How are the Cavaliers playing?
Well, quite simply, their bench showed up tonight. And when I say showed up, I'm talking about on the offensive end, because they were scoring in bunches. Now, you want your reserves to just at least come in and hold the fort, but they did way more than that tonight.
And over to the big fella, your thoughts on the Nets?
Well, their defense was really inconsistent. They get a stop, then turn around and give up an easy bucket. That's why they allowed over 50% shooting. Their defense needs to be a lot more focused in the second half.
All right, that is going to wrap up our halftime report, as it's just about time for the start of the third quarter.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. Look at LeBron James. He's really been playing well.
And in terms of points in that first half,